On Monday this week, a section of our members during what they termed as a consultative meeting, just decided to make it attacks. It was an attack meeting, not a consultative meeting, towards us leaders of the FDC. And this is the reason why we have decided as accountable leaders to come out here today and offer the true line of the story. I want to thank the president. After the attacks, or during the attacks, he had to ask my colleague, Centenary, Honorable Centenary Franco Robert, to come here in Najana Kumbi because we were not available, because the spokesperson was not available to address the Monday press conference, to address the press, and to continue to engage with the people of the media and the people of Uganda at large. Of course, these attacks on the president, Honorable Patrick Kambia, and myself as Secretary General, did not start on Monday. And maybe I can say here, I have built a name the entire of my life. Since I was born, I built a name. I was taken to school. I have been educated very well at a high level. And for your information, I'm an international financial management consultant who is consulted with all big organizations, including World Bank and IMF. I am a businessman, a successful businessman, and I am among the largest taxpayers in this country. Largest. I have a family, I have a wife and children. And when somebody attacks you like this, it looks bad. I have relatives, I have friends. And that applies to the party president, who is a real engineer with a family and friends and relatives. For a while now, we have faced constant attacks, blackmail, and propaganda by people who do not wish FDC well, but are driven by selfish ambitions for power and the prospect of getting rich by assuming leadership of the party. If they were real genuine members of the party, you don't go and destroy the party in public. You come and fight internally. It is like a wife and a husband. You, instead of fighting in your bedroom, you decided to go and fight on the street where everybody sees you and you are naked. So those are people who are selfish and don't wish this party well. This group of people have made it their mission to bring us down, in the end tarnishing the image of the party they profess to be part of. As FDC has got a very robust conflict management system through which we resolve issues without necessarily affecting our cohesion, our togetherness, our cohesion. On many occasions, using these systems and mechanisms, we have tried to bring our brothers and sisters on table to understand what their grievances are and address them in-house. This is what is expected of a reputable political organization. We are, however, shocked with the world allegations which were said during the Samba meeting. They were real wild. You recall one member of parliament got up and said, he came here, he had to wait for me to go out of the country so that he can wait for Kaija to sign his form. All of you remember we were in COVID. No plane was going out of this country and no plane coming in. A whole energetic heavy MP makes such an allegation, you will know that this was just an attack on me as a person, without anything, but just attack. Of course, the meeting was basically Nandala, Amriat. The whole discussion during the Insabia meeting and the previous attacks are anchored on false rules, and a very dangerous ploy to damage the reputations were built over a long time, which is very painful. We have built this over a long time. Of course, Honorable Semuju Nanda, our Lord Mayor and others have continuously peddled claims that we received large sums of money from President Museveni, what they called unknown sources, to hand over FDC to him. This is just pedestrian thinking from this faction. If this is a political party with structures and stakeholders, it's not a personal property that you just hand over to anyone. I want to tell you our Constitution, Article 13. It says any member who goes to another party ceases to be a member of what? Of the FDC. Sebugwa who went, she was a deputy president, she ceased to be a member. Which structure did she go with? Even her family structures, I'm sure she never went again. So I cannot, or I'm thinking that carry a structure on a pickup, on a road to take to Museveni. Unless for them they have a formula how they want to carry it on a pickup, and they will tell us. Secondly, you Alex must prove. Why can't they lay evidence on table for all they see or they saw? Why are they not putting evidence? Why are you alleging? It is because they are alleging to people who have reputation. And they believe that if they soil us, the public will not trust us. But we want to state, the public has tested us, the international world has tested us, and they know which type of person we are, and they trust us. Honorable Semuja and others have also claimed, I made a deal with President Museveni to hand over FDC in the exchange for Bank of Uganda Governor, job now Minister of Finance. This allegation has been around since 2012. I want to respond by saying my qualification, my experience and expert are very sufficient to have those positions. Who doubts me? However, no one has ever approached me with that offer, and I'm not interested in working with himself. Whatever you are saying is just peddling falsehoods for their personal reasons. In fact, if I want to go to work, World Bank is waiting for me. World Bank is waiting for me. And I consult for so many banks, World Bank, international banks. They allege that we used the miscellaneous money to procure vehicles for 2021 general election. These vehicles were paid over a period of time, rather than by a single deposit. And we have evidence we're going to share with you. They were paid over a period of time. These attacks are glaring, deliberated to dwellers, so that Honorable Samuel and his clique have their way in taking over the party for selfish ambitions. These armed with the power of the FDC members shall not allow it to happen. I want to call on members of FDC. You should not allow this to happen. You shouldn't. You have heard these are newcomers. One is about 2 years, another one is less than 10 years, but they are here wanting to take us. We have been in the trenches for the entire life. Like we mentioned earlier, Honorable Semoju's clique has made allegation without providing any evidence, despite constant requests to submit the same. If this is not malice, what is it? Why don't you bring evidence? You say on such and such a day, you saw us in the State House picking money. But you cannot provide. As human beings, we are tempted to follow the path they have taken in the past month of maligning us. However, as seasoned, respectable leaders, we shall not. We are respectable. We shall only provide the evidence to confirm who is who. We have decided to share something for you to appreciate of the person and the character of Honorable Moju in fraudulent drawing public funds in millions of shillings for activities he has never undertaken. We're going to share with you. In only less than 6 months, a man got money from the public, 378 million. If we give you for all the years, you can run away. He claimed to have trouble. If you get information we're getting in some of those areas, he never traveled. He was in one country, in 3 countries on one same day, which are far apart. Far apart. He tells us that Museveni should declare his relatives as employed. In Parliament as a chief whip, as now a whip, who are those working and being paid in his office by Parliament? Never say you have a piece in your, a speck in your eye when you have a log in your eye. All this we're going to share with you, and you are going to do it for your own analysis to confirm what a leader you have who claims to be clean, yet. And we have more documents we shall share. For us, we have evidence. We are waiting for theirs. Let us go back to the memorial lane. Of course, some of you don't know, in 2001, we participated in the election. Our president was Dr. Chiza Besigye. We did 2011, we did 2006, 2011, 2016. These general elections were when Dr. Chiza Besigye was a presidential candidate. And we were very well funded. I want to state I was the deputy treasurer. I have evidence and information. The worst funded election is of 2021. The other one was over 10 billion, 15, but this one was not even 3 billion. Why? Because the so-called who would have been able to assist were not there. And why? Because it was in Yamret standing and it was properly abandoned. In Kampala here, I will give an example. Lord Mayor Lukwago ran out from every candidate of FDC. Every candidate of FDC, including Amuria. In fact, we have a petition which says he went against the party. If you cannot support your own, now you want to come to support who? Amuria suffered. That applies to my brother Nandala. Semuju, he ran away. But I want to give you a simple experiment to show who are those who get public resources. Who made billboards for one? You remember the billboards? Yes. Who made them? Who made billboards for Semuju? We have got somebody who says those billboards, each was over up. Each of them spent over 1 billion. Semuju spent over what? 1 billion. Show me the kiosk which sells airtime which belongs to Semuju. Have you ever seen this kiosk of MTN airtime? So where did he get the money? So I told you that we have been funding elections It has never been an issue. All those periods, nobody has ever questioned where was the source of what? Funding. But in the 2021 is where the question is what? This double standard should not be accepted, and we shall not agree. The people who talk with their tongues folded. During the day they are saying something, and the night they are saying a different story. Honorable Semoji is the biggest beneficiary of government money. You recall when he was the chief government whip, and now he was now opposition whip. No, another whip, chief opposition whip. He was given a vehicle with even a red car and a field with a field card. But also they gave him cash 200 million. If he loves Uganda and FDC, why did they either bring the 200 million in FDC or return it to the consolidated one? Because he had already what? I have mentioned about the people he employs. I want you to go and find out who his relatives are before he asks himself his relatives he has employed. I want to state, and I want to tell you, the people of Uganda, and I want to ask Sare. He raised the issue to Lukwago. I know Lukwago goes to court, or even on the smallest thing. Why hasn't he gone to court? That clearly shows there is truth, and I want you to ask General Sare to give me authority to prosecute this case up to the end, because I am one of the best investigators in this world. And I will tell you, he's a chief beneficiary of public resources, and directly and indirectly. Recently, he was paid over 500 million by Attorney General that he went to court for a case that they were thrown out of office. There are many people who have won cases, years and down. They have never been paid their what? Money. If Museveni was not interested in him, would he have given him this 500 The document we have, which will show criminality, and I want Honorable Semoji to deny it, is going to be circulated to you for you people to see a leader who is supposed to do oversight function, how he behaves. If you can get money like that, would you really question anything? It is for you for only 6 months. There are areas, I've told you, where he was in Juba, Nairobi, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, I think almost on the same days. I want you to ask a question. Did you send members of parliament to go and be trained how to do campaigns? I thought they are already campaigning. If you see those documents, he's almost every week in Nairobi training in campaigns. He went to supervise elections in Kenya for 14 days. Were elections in Kenya there for 14 days? No. Let him confirm he was there for 14 days. If he's a genuine man. And he says he's a Muslim like us. I want to challenge my brother Semoji, who has been doing character assassination of Nandala and Engineer Amuriat, to come out if he has moral authority to challenge me and Engineer Amuriat. They should stop to be pretenders, and if they have any evidence on us, they are free to table it. I have declared all my personal assets with IGG, all my businesses, and how I have gained them. When I left the bank, I was being paid $20,000 per month. in 2001. When some people left journalism, was being paid how much per month? If he has those properties he has, when he was getting nothing, what about me who is paid in what? Dollars. I will also give a document which talks about the 300 million of agents which was given to our founding father, who claims he took pictures of the money, and when he was returning, he returned it in installments on the day of voting and after, and we still have a balance. And if he says it was not the money, he would have returned it all once. Not in what? I want to state that as a party, there was no need for our team to have gone to a Sunday to spend all that money. They would have come here to question. Because you wanted to ask accountability, which we have provided in working committee, where they are all members, in National Executive Committee, in National Council. If you have not asked from there, why go to Zambia? In auditing, which I'm well versed, and as a professional, they raise a query. We have submitted our accounts to Electoral Commission. We have not got any audit query. And I don't know how Semuju and Kwaganda team are capable to raise a audit query where their competence in that area is lacking. They made an allegation that we got money to fight NUP. Now you can imagine FDC people becoming spokesperson for NUP. The person who should be complaining should be who? Senyonyi. But you can imagine Sir Mkwago and Semuju are the one complaining on their behalf. That shows that they are not members of FDC. They are just on top of FDC, but they are not what? Members. I want to state, we have never got the money to fight NUP, and we want to say, if NUP says so, we are here, but I want to state that this confirms the truth of the last election, why Lukwago was silent on FDC, but sympathetic to NUP and other forces. Now, if such a member can refuse and Semuju can do that, it clearly shows that these are members ready to destroy this party in the name of NUP. And I'm saying kindly resist it. At FDC, I would like to remind you that FDC believes in democratic processes. That's why we have the elections. We're in the election process. As the party president explained, our village structures start on 21st, and this is a command of the national. It is a command by our constitution, Article 15, Clause 4, which says there will be party branch elections. That also applies 16.3, 17.2, and that's what the party is doing. I want to state that we have also received the petition where people say that the chairman FDC, the party president FDC, the chairman FDC president, the chairman, not electoral, the chairman, the national chairman has no mandate to stop any election process. And that's true. The Electoral Commission of FDC is independent, and they do what they are supposed to do according to the law. And if they have decided to conduct the election, it's the command of our constitution. As the Secretary General of this party, who keeps the accountability, who is in charge of, who is the custodian of the law, that's his say, responsible for compliance with all legal obligations of the party. I will defend this constitution. It will not be accepted. It is so unfortunate that our brother Lukwago is mobilizing people for coming to disrupt the National Council. I want to request colleagues and brothers that don't do it. This is not a fighting ground. If you want to fight, you can write a letter. We'll also get you the number of people to fight with you. And we can hire Nachibugo for that purpose. This is the Democratic Party. It will not accept any violence. And I want to repeat, it will not accept any violence. And my brother, Lord Mayor, will kindly desist from that act. If we really had the power to mobilize, when they sacked you from the office, why did you organize those 200,000 to return you to the office? And now you want to come to. And that is the reason why an electoral roadmap has been drawn to renew party structures, leadership through election. It is through election. It is not through violence. It is through what? Election. This fraction of leaders will not derail us from achieving this. I want to thank you all. One Uganda, one people, one people, one Uganda.